Ready. Play.
Oh no, but she's given Krejcikova a chance, but no, she does eventually finish it off at the net. So finally
It's a match point.
Yeah, match point, and
the thing is, it's not match point for the biggest final of her career. It's probably the third biggest final at best after Australia Open, the Olympics. No offense to the WTA Finals, but those have a slightly different memorability to them. She wants those sweet, sweet ranking points.
Oh, good return from
great return from Krejcikova. Forces the error from Zheng.
Yeah, and as Yogi says, Count Barbara, out at your own peril.
I mean, it would have been way too simple for Zheng Qinwen to get it at her first attempt. Way too simple for the way this match has kind of gone from 3-0 onwards. Great from Krejcikova up the line. Great rally going on here. Backhand up the line from Zheng. Forehand. Krejcikova, forehand cross court. Zheng, they're trading forehands right now. Oh, Krejcikova just misses. And I don't even know which direction that ball went, to be honest. But it's advantage to Zheng.
It was a shank, right? So, but so yeah, the second match point.
Coach Parriba encouraging Zheng Qinwen.
It's going to have to be second serve. She's just doing it for the drama. Good return.
A queen win.
Oh, the backhand down the middle.
Zheng Qinwen is into. Zheng is into the WTA Finals final. Ladies and gentlemen, she will finish the season a top 5 player.
And a big cheer as she points to the crowd. Deserved win, wasn't it? I think, wasn't it? Ended up being a good fight back there in the second set from Krejcikova, but 6-3, 7-5 it is Zheng, and she will go on to the final of the WTA Finals in Riyadh with, was it 9 aces that she hit?
Yeah.
So another milestone in her career. She's already had those, Slam final, Olympic final. She only won one of them, the Olympics. But this is a huge opportunity for her, I think. I mean, regardless of who she plays in the final. And so she had, the 9 aces. It was a 77.5% first serve points won. So she had dominant on the first serve compared to 62% for Barbara. 48.4% on the second serve, but it was only 41.7% for Krejcikova. So, and she's getting interviewed there. Yeah, and I think they're just talking about her coming back, obviously being 3-love up. And then when she lost 4 games in a row, she said she just tried to stay calm, of course. Yeah, so the final is tomorrow?
Finals tomorrow, yep. I think it's 7 p.m. local time in Riyadh. Obviously, we don't know who she's playing yet. That's the match that's following this. Between Sabalenka and Goff. James Wibbering is this one. Following this. But I wanted to get your thoughts, Eddie. I mean, for me, watching what we've just seen today, it was all about Zheng Qinwen's first serve and using it to push Krejcikova back, get those critical aces, which
it's huge.
Helped out a lot.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, I mean, when you get a player, and especially when she's in form like Krejcikova, when she can hit as well as she does, you want to be able to be on top in the rallies and sort of get the upper hand early on. And obviously when she gets that first serve in, then she can absolutely do that with the power that she has. Zheng, the confidence that she has is that, especially that forehand, but also on the backhand as well, she's able to, dominate and push her opponent around. And we see the stats there. She's hit 22 winners, 26 unforced errors. There's only 13 winners for Krejcikova to the 34 unforced errors. Certainly, the first serve was the first set was more dominant from Zheng, but yeah, Barbara did put a good fight back in the second set, but ultimately, yeah, I mean the bigger moments yet was when it mattered. Zheng came through, and you'd have to say that in terms of the quality of tennis that she played, she was a deserved winner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Barbora, great hitting, really opened up some opportunities for her. But it has to be said that the other, I mentioned Zheng's serve, but actually when they were they had a few really good rallies, and Zheng was able to produce some pretty epic winners at times. Doesn't mean that she wasn't free from unforced errors. Like both of them definitely made critical errors this match, particularly in the second set. But like the return winners we were getting, like Zheng actually managing to kind of improvise some winners and sort of find that strike that goes deep and past Barbora, or even when she gets the time to tee off properly on the forehand. And I think she got more of those opportunities this match than Barbora did, which kind of tells you something about the pace that Zheng was playing at through the semi-final. So yeah, really, really good level, as she has been showing throughout the whole of this second half of the season, which we've been talking about all the time, right? She is the form player. And, let's say she does win the WTA Finals, finishing number 3 at the end of the year, number 4, she plays golf, would be kind of that would kind of fit, actually.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's been a huge improvement. I mean, and I think she's maybe, let's say, I mean, I'm not sure there was massive doubters, but I think after that, reaching the Australian Open final at the start of the year, it was not the easiest run, right? I mean, the draw opened up for her, but she took advantage of it. But yeah, obviously, and then didn't have the best results after that, but then has really just kicked on in the latter half of this year. And yeah, if she does get up to 3 or 4, I mean, yeah, it feels like it's deserved. So yeah, if we're thinking about the next match, though, I feel like it's a really big difference in sort of how you feel about her going into that, depending on the opponent, right?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Because if she's playing Goff, game on. Like, I would struggle to call which way that one would go, especially if Goff is just coming off a Sabalenka win and like having beaten Świątek as well. If she's playing Sabalenka, she's really got you. She really has to hope that she's got Sabalenka figured out by that final, and or Sabalenka does not give her best. And like both those things are plausible. They are not the likeliest scenario based on the data from what we've already seen. I guess go on.
But like you said, I mean, it's often the case in the WTA Finals when you get players, or even ATP Finals, you get players playing each other twice in that tournament, and then often, the player that wins the first match doesn't win the second match. And then, obviously the head-to-head doesn't count in her favor, but she's probably got to beat her at some point, right? And
eventually,
she's had more than enough experience against Sabalenka. Obviously, yeah. Maybe, also, I mean, it is pressure probably for Sabalenka that she would feel if she's in the final against Zheng, because I mean she's not won this tournament yet, so I'm sure she really does want to. And although she's beaten Zheng many times, perhaps not always been of such big consequence. This is a big tournament, so I don't know. It would be interesting either way. I mean, I think so.
It is going to be interesting either way. Obviously, we are getting ready for the next match, and I do want to make sure that we've got enough time for us to hear from James. So yeah, sorry, Dave, you've missed us, but you can still hear from James in a bit for Goff Sabalenka. Give us a quick thoughts ahead of that, Eddie. How you think that's going to go?
Yeah, it's a difficult one to pick, but I do think that Sabalenka is going to win this time, and we're going to get that Sabalenka versus Kim win in the final, and that's sort of, yeah, I think that's sort of maybe fitting, because I feel like the latter half of the year, that's sort of maybe who the sort of, they've been the best players towards this end of the year. So that's who I think it's going to be. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Sabalenka in 3. I think it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a really competitive one. Yeah, I think that's probably where we're gonna. I think that's probably what we're gonna enjoy. But obviously, we've just enjoyed a really decently close 2-set match. Really fun conclusion. I think Eddie and I really got into it, and it was an exciting match. Yeah, really, really appreciate it. So, Eddie, I guess thanks for helping out. Thanks for commentating. Keeping us up to date whilst I was stuck in the past. I guess any final thoughts, Eddie, and where can we find you?
You can find me. Yeah, obviously on Twitter.
Don't do that.
Huh? Yeah, I'll give you my address. No. Yeah, just on Twitter, Tennis Asia. At Tennis Asia, or on YouTube, it's Tennis Asia TV. But yeah, that's it.
By the way, thank you everyone who has been joining this match from Tennis Asia TV. We've had a few of you watching along with us, and hopefully you've enjoyed your piece of your introduction to talking tennis commentary, and hearing Eddie go and give his very sort of well thought out insights on sort of what just happened. I think you clearly enjoyed seeing that performance from Zheng Qinwen, Eddie.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of like, obviously it's nice to follow a player and then sort of see the improvements come before your eyes. And yeah, I think in the past, let's say last year, maybe in some of these tougher moments, when maybe Krejcikova was coming back to that, she might not have dealt with it as well. I had the confidence in her game to sort of just, stay steady and come back and eventually win that set. But I think, that's just sort of the way that she could deal with that adversity and then come back shows that, she really is a good level at the moment. So yeah, it's been fun watching this.
Been a lot of fun. Thanks, Eddie, for joining. The other match is about to start. We're going to go switch over to the next match with James. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Go and talk tennis on the other stream.
All right. Cheers.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.